Welcome to the Medical Stories podcast, where we speak with leading experts, advocates, and those living with challenging conditions who share their real-life medical stories, hopes, and optimism, as well as harrowing accounts of trials through adversity. The Medical Stories podcast is produced by Inventi Media Group, the team behind the multi-Emmy Award-winning documentary series Medical Stories, airing nationwide on public television and available for online audiences at medicalstories.tv. The following audio story has been extracted from our television series episode titled Stroke, Chandon's Story, and has been reformatted for your optimal listening experience. In this episode, we will hear from Chandon, his wife, Janel, and Dr. Jeffrey Saver, Professor and SA Vice Chair of Neurology at UCLA and Director of the UCLA Comprehensive Stroke and Vascular Neurology Program. We hope you enjoy the story.
I just passed 60th birthday, and I live in Long Beach, California. I work as a technical leader in a pharmaceutical device manufacturer in Irvine, California.
Chandon and I met in Nagasaki, Japan. He was a student there, and I was teaching English. We met at a party, and we've been together ever since. When it was time to move on, we naturally came back to California, where all my family has lived.
In the afternoon of that day, basically I woke up. I felt strange. Oh, it just feels like you had a sleeping leg. And we sat there for too long. I said maybe I should just go hit the water and surf a little bit. I thought that probably will make it go away, but it didn't. My name is Chandon, and I had multiple strokes. So the first stroke is just very similar. I got up, feels like my leg is a little bit strange, so I never paid attention to it until the second time. And I went to emergency room, and they did a CT, and then they said, "Did you have multi-stroke in the past?"
In a transient ischemic attack, there is a temporary reduction of blood flow to an area of the brain. So in a stroke, there's permanent injury from low blood flow. In a transient ischemic attack, only temporary symptoms. But a transient ischemic attack shows that a person is prone to have strokes. The leading risk factors are high blood pressure, getting older, having high cholesterol, high abnormal lipids, smoking, diabetes, the abnormal heart rhythm, atrial fibrillation, and drinking alcohol too much, and finally a sedentary lifestyle, not being active, being a couch potato.
I was very surprised that Chandon had previous strokes, and I was going through in my memory when those could have happened, and I couldn't recall anything that would suggest that he had a stroke.
The time period in which another stroke is most likely to happen is in the first days and weeks after a first stroke. So getting the secondary prevention started very early is important to keep new things from happening. That depends on diagnostic tests in the hospital to find out what caused the stroke. Those can reduce the risk of another stroke by 75%. The three main causes of stroke are abnormalities of the heart that let clots form in the heart and break off and go to the brain. Those are cardioembolic strokes. The second is cholesterol plaque buildup in large arteries in the neck or in the arteries in the brain. And the third is thickening and narrowing of small blood vessels in the brain itself. The leading warning signs of stroke that the American Stroke Association educates the public about is contained in the mnemonic FAST, F-A-S-T. F is for facial weakness, drooping on one side of the mouth. A is for arm weakness, inability to lift the arm. S is for speech, trouble speaking or understanding. And if any of those occur, FAS, then it's T, time to call 911 because you have to get to the emergency department right away. Other less common but important symptoms of stroke include trouble with vision, loss of vision or double vision, having imbalance and incoordination, and having loss of memory occur suddenly.
My older daughter gave me a call, and I chatted with her and told her, my legs feeling a little bit strange, and I tried to brush it off. But when she put down the phone, she did talk to her roommate. They're all medical students, and then all her roommate told her, call your dad and tell her go to emergency room right now.
I was very shocked when the doctor made that diagnosis. It just kind of became very serious in a very sudden way.
Stroke is the second leading cause of death worldwide, the fifth leading cause of death in the U.S., and perhaps the leading cause of serious disability in the U.S. There are nearly 800,000 strokes a year in the U.S., and 1 in 4 people will have a stroke in their lifetime.
My primary doctor has been telling me for years I need to do something for my cholesterol. I think I had a very healthy lifestyle. My hobby is surfing. At that time, I surf almost every week, twice a week. So I will always enjoy the ocean, the waves. I was put on the good diet and put on the maximum dose of statin. And for a year, it was okay. And then in last year, the stroke came back. So basically, I felt weird again. So I went to take an MRI, and then they confirmed there is another stroke. And then my cardiologist started to think about a plan to check my heart, because those are all related. And then during that check, they found out I have a defect in my heart.
A leading consideration for the cause of stroke was a patent foramen ovale, PFO. And that's an opening in the upper chamber of the heart between the right and left atrium that 1 out of 4 people have in adulthood. One of the important advances in the last decade in stroke prevention has been demonstrating that the closure devices for PFOs help to prevent recurrent stroke, that cardiologists can go up with a wire into the heart and put a small button over the opening and close it down.
So that's why last year I went through the PFO closure procedure, and after it's closed.
Well, when you're in that situation, it's always comforting to know that there might be a physical cause that they can focus on and fix, because it was just a very mysterious diagnosis.
For the most common type of stroke, where an artery is blocked, the emergency treatment is to open the blocked artery and restore blood flow before the tissue that's involved has fully died. And that has to happen very quickly. There are 2 major strategies to reopen the blocked blood vessels. One is to give so-called clot-busting drugs. The other major treatment is thrombectomy, where doctors put a wire into the artery in the leg, advance it into the brain, and fish out the clot with a stent or an aspiration device and pull the clot out of the blocked artery. Failing to act on the warning signs can be disastrous for the patient. Every minute that goes by in a typical acute stroke, 2 million nerve cells die. Time lost is brain lost in acute stroke. Patients have to get to the hospital right away.
Family and friends play a crucial role in recovery. You have to have something to that motivates you to want to stay healthy, want to work on your health, because sometimes I think it's work.
During recovery, and it's for me, I don't think I can just handle it myself and to go through this tough experience. And family is very, very important. My daughter, obviously, she helped me to discover this condition. And during the recovering, the long recovering, and my wife is played a very, very important part in fighting. And I feel the love and feel the care, and that gives me a lot of energy and to take on the challenge.
I think this health crisis experience has ultimately brought us closer together. I think that Chandon is more interested, in fact, ironically, he's more interested in things that I have been interested in. He became interested in yoga, and that's something that's always been helpful to me. So we have more shared interests these days.
And then later we bought a paddleboard, and we paddleboard together. That she accepted it, and so we can hit water with paddleboard.
I could not have made it through this health crisis with my husband without the help of my two wonderful daughters. I'm so blessed to have them. We remain close as a family. This has brought us together.
Yeah, the first message is really enjoy life and appreciate the life you have. And then the message to same stroke victims, rely on our medical advance, and hope there will be less opportunities for the stroke to take over, and also listen to doctors and take the right medicine, and that will help with our health. And for people who are still healthy,
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Medical Stories podcast. Watch our show online at medicalstories.tv or listen to more episodes wherever you get your podcasts.